Hi everyone and welcome to another edition of Up for Discussion throughout Big V season 2019. Each and every fortnight we put to the people a discussion topic, and I tell you what, over these last 2 weeks, I want to say 2 weeks, but it's probably more recent, the last week or so, we've put together two absolute ring dingers where we've said start one, bench one and trade one, and we've put up three players, mind you, 3 quality players on the men's side and 3 quality players on the women's side. Steve Chalmers, Craig Freeman, mind you. And I tell you what, I didn't want to be so harsh because one of these players, I'm going to have to say, well, I'm trading them. And one of these players, you're going to have to say, you know what, see you later.
We've got a few different techniques for doing that as well.
I'm the GM of such team and you're being traded. But we did also ask you to create your own 3. Didn't get any.
It's all right. We've got a lot of comments on the 3 that we put up.
But I tell you what, you're right. We got an absolute bucket load of discussion points and topics, and there's a lot of love for these 6 members of the Big V community. I'm going to put it out there. There was a lot of love.
There was.
So before we jump into, dissecting those 2 trade, start, benchy type ones, I want to say a couple of things. Tomorrow, Big V's Facebook page, the round 6 highlight mixtape comes out, and it's probably a real fan favourite of season 2019. You see absolute posted dunks, sick crossovers, just dropping dimes, some 3-pointers here and there.
I feel like people are loving it more when it's their teammates getting dunked on or crossed over than when their teammates are doing the good things.
That's what's being sent in.
Yep.
Their mate is being absolutely dominated on the court, and they're going, you know what, pinpoint him and pick on her and do this to them and say something. But we have a voiceover each and every week. Special guest tomorrow on the round 6 highlight mix, so stay tuned for that. And before we move on, exclusive tomorrow night as well.
You'd hope it's exclusive. We do make them.
An exclusive. The Big V podcast will be announcing the players and coaches of the month for April. So you can get your first hands on that, or should I say first ears on that tomorrow. They will go up online with graphics and a story on Friday if you do miss the podcast. But tomorrow, the Big V podcast exclusive player and coach of the month for April. Looking forward to it.
Yep, should be good. There's a lot of competition in April.
There was. All right. Start one, bench one, trade one. Let's start with the championship men trio. Obviously, the 3 that went out on screen now. Adrian Tamata from McKinnon, BJ Simons from the Keilor Thunder, and Jacob Formosa out of the Werribee Devils. I'll begin. Look, no question. The easiest one for me out of these 3 was who I'm starting.
We know you're a big fan.
Adi Tamata. I've obviously witnessed him just rise through some of the youth league.
He says witness, but off the camera he says, I made him what he is. Without me, he would not be starting right now.
Seen him dominate youth league circles in VYC men. Championship winner for the Kilsyth Cobras. MVP, grand final MVP, you name it, he's done it all. 15.6 points last year. He's increased that to 16.5 points on 45% field goal shooting. Teammates love him, which you'll see a little bit later on when we get to some of the discussion points from the Big V community. Adi Tamata, my starting point guard. I'm going to bench BJ Simons because I think, and I know he's your mate, he's your pal, but he's got just that knack of doing a lot of different things uniquely in punch minutes. And I think that's what he can provide off my bench.
Punch minutes, mate. He's playing 30 minutes a game in championship men.
In my team. Punch minutes. And unfortunately, and I hate to say this, but you got to trade one. So Jacob Formosa, international man that's playing international basketball, former Sunbury, now Werribee, he just misses for me.
Right, interesting. So I'm going to start my man BJ Simons.
Of course you are.
I think he, as you said, he's a man that does a lot. You said it in punch minutes. I think he does a lot of things all the time.
He's playing 40 minutes for you, isn't he?
I think he's even better when he's playing with good teammates because he knows where to be. He gets into the right spots, and he's not a man who maybe you give the ball to and let him dominate, but he just fills in wherever you need him to, and putting up great numbers this year. 16 points per game. 9 points per game, 3 rebounds per game last year, up to 16 and 3 on 64% from the field.
It's a good increase in clip. Obviously, he was playing a lot of youth last year, and this was his senior numbers.
And he's starting now. He's just focusing on the senior basketball. The Defensive Player of the Year and All-Star 5 last year with the youth as well. So I'm starting him off the bench. A little bit different for him. I'm bringing Formosa off the bench.
starting BJ Simons.
And I'm bringing Formosa. I like Formosa's scoring punch. I think he can do some real damage to a second unit, averaging 15 points per game, 6 boards, 2.5 assists at the moment this year. And look, you may be a little bit confused. I'm a big fan of Tamata
I'm
myself.
Baffled.
Do you know, there's a lot of value that comes with trading a player as good as Tamata. He's a starting point guard on the first place team in Championship Men right now, and I think I could get pretty good value trading him out there if there was an open trade system.
Oh, so you're talking about value. That you're going to get something even better back.
Maybe
which
not
is
better,
hard to do, but
a good player back.
A nice package
And I want
back.
to start Simon, so...
Well, there's his ridiculous explanation. Yeah. But let's go to the female side of things, where the Championship Women trio was put up for discussion. Nicole Zammit out of Hume City, mind you. Josie Stockel out of Sunbury. And Sarah Ellsworthy from the Werribee Devils. I will start first, and I'm starting Nicole Zammit, superstar of the competition, one of the league leaders. She's an assist leader. She's won Golden Hands before. She's been an All-Star 5 member. She's done it all throughout her
point guards, don't you?
career already. As a point guard
because
myself,
I've never seen you pass the ball on the basketball court.
I don't handle the ball very well, and I don't pass, but certainly a point guard lover. 11.7 points per game, 4 rebounds, nearly 8 dimes a game, shooting 55% from the field, mind you, as a point guard, as you've just highlighted. I think she is, no question, my starting number 1. I'm taking Sarah Ellsworthy off the bench. Obviously, somewhat new to the Big V. First season at Werribee, 19.6 points per game, 5.4 rebounds, 4.6 assists at 47% from the field. Has that WNBL experience, now has really lifted this Werribee Devils team in the opening 6 rounds of the season. And similar to BJ Simon, just that 6-man role, punch off the bench. She's who I'm picking. And unfortunately for Josie Stocker, who is a fantastic player, WNBL experience, New Zealand Tall Ferns experience, just complements the Sunbury Jets extremely well. And I think that's what adds to her game, because she complements such players around her. But she's been left out of my team. She's super consistent too, looking through the numbers as well. Yeah,
she has 3 years in a row, and she's averaged basically the same numbers 3 years in a row.
And it's harsh.
And very good on the defensive end. Just adding about Stockel. You know, it's a little bit of a trend of starting here. We've seen it for you, and we might be seeing a similar trend. Okay. I am starting Sarah Ellsworthy. 20 years old, absolute superstar of the competition already. Lock her up, start her for the next 10 years. In Big V.
10-year contract.
10-year contract, 20 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 47% from the field with 3 steals. Absolute superstar.
I agree. Superstar.
I am having off the bench, for many of the reasons that you mentioned before, Josie Stockel. Fits in, can do whatever you need off the bench. Really good 6-man. I think you can play her with any lineup you want, and she will just do everything that you require. And I'll be trading Nicole Zammit, which hurts me to say, but we have to trade one of them. I think she's the superstar of the competition, just like you said, though.
I hope Hume City are watching, and and McKinnon for that fact, and going, you know what, they're shaking their heads. They are baffled, like myself.
My friends down there at Sunbury and Werribee
will back you up for sure. Absolutely. Let's have a look at what you guys have said up on screen right now. Start 1, bench 1, trade 1. Let's start with some of the guys.
Top fan, Riley Spicer.
Riley Spicer, he's gone all out. This is exactly what I wanted to hear. Starting 80 Tamata, benching BJ Simons. He's trading Formosa for his good mate Jono Fraser out of Sherbrooke. No idea why. Starting Ellsworthy, benching Stockhill, trading Zammit. Don't at me. Fair enough.
Don't add them.
That's enough of you, mate. Werribee Basketball, well, they've got to back up there. They're key players. They're starting Formosa for sure. How about this? I reckon some of Formosa's old mates just ripping into him.
Definitely would be trading that Sunbury bloke.
Yeah, well, ex-Sunbury, now Werribee. No wonder. Maybe Tyson Burton. Obviously, we know who he is.
Yeah.
Good player out at, in the Big V world. Definitely be trading that Sunbury bloke. Maybe he was the GM or the
they got rid of it,
the player manager at Sunbury, and said, "Well, I've already done it.
Yeah,
I've already traded that Sunbury bloke." Tom Georgiades says trade the Angry bloke as well, which I think he's talking about Formosa. Morgan James, this is some BJ love here. You can read these ones out. These are just your burners, aren't
would
they?
Be stupid to trade you starting for sure. Joshua Mullaney, BJ Simons, MVP, couple of love hearts, they were both me, obviously there. Sam Halpin, starting and playing 40. BJ Simons, he is my assistant coach with this imaginary team.
I think we missed one. Fraig Creeman said BJ Simons every day of the week, 8 days a week. Matt White says you're starting BJ Simons. K Andy Chai on Instagram says start one. He is starting BJ for sure. And, well, Dylan Stife,
Bit of teammate love.
the MVP, had to just chime in and say, look, start the best point guard in championship men. Hashtag. They even started a hashtag. Assistant coach Rob Roberts has jumped into with the hashtag Amen. Hashtag 80 for president. You can even shorten that one. 80 for prez. That'll do. Start one, bench one, trade one. Well, Werriby's jumped in as well, again with Formosa love, but they've tucked in Ellsworthy on Instagram as well.
Yep.
Kind of coolish.
Obviously.
Teammate love again. Start Sarah Ellsworthy, obviously for the association. How's this one? I didn't mind this
Axel.
one. And I love the first comment. Axel Capsicum. First of all, weird Instagram name with the Capsicum DP.
Just a big Ready Steady Cook fan. Obviously, a Ready Steady Cook fan that never liked the tomato team.
Trade them all. And I love this one. Jade Kirk just says no chill.
No chill.
You have no chill. Start Josie Stockel. Some more teammate love. How many hundreds do you have? That's 500.
That's how many points she's had over the last few years.
Maybe she scored 500 points. That's Jen McCorkle. Moorla Loifi, some more teammate love. I don't think she's at Humstead anymore, but certainly ex-teammate love. Nicole Zammit, hashtag make me like Zammit, star. I'm pretty sure it's meant to be superstar because she's starting. And then how's this Facebook thread? They were nearly starting a story down here. Nicole Zammit, what a shot. Defs trade you to my team. Jill Rose says, you'd bench her, useless, trade her. Imagine how much dollars she would free up in the salary cap. Someone's had your idea.
Gotta think about the value.
You've just stolen this, Craig. Trade her. Imagine how much dollars that would free up in the salary cap. You've stolen that from them. Nicole Zammit again, you're in my starting five. Jade Kirk says start Z or Z in Australia. Nicole Zammit, 100%. And finally, some love from the Hume City Broncos. Zammit, 2018 All-Star 5, 2019 leading assist and free throw percentage leader. How could you not start, I think that's meant to say her, but how could you not start her here in this discussion? I think that's what they're trying to say.
Well, it's all about the value. Really, I'm giving her a compliment, aren't I?
I thought you were smart and you'd brought up some value trade dollars thing, but really you've just plagiarised. You've stolen that. I'm on to you now. Episode 4 up for discussion. Done and dusted. Keep sending in your 3 trios because we'll respond to you and give you our start bench trade.
Maybe do it again later in the year.
Ooh, okay.
If you send in some good ones.
I got a really good one for a fortnight's time, and I think it's going to start a March Madness style of event.
Wow, this was a great idea that came up in the team. I'm not sure who thought of it, but I think top quality idea.
I think we start voting on the best uniforms in the Big V, and we have a big bracket, and we start getting down, and people will vote. We'll get down to a grand final. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right, we better start making up some graphics for it. Up for discussion. Episode 4 done and dusted. Round 7 round the corner. Big V podcast tomorrow and also the highlight mixtape. Don't want to miss it. See you next time on another Blue Hoops production.